I could not be more proud to be part of this event today. By the way, just for housekeeping purposes, I'm only representing myself. I'm not representing the school district or the school board. But I can speak as a very active parent before I came on the school board, something I have in common with Lily. I can speak as a very active school board member, something that I have in common with Lily. And I can speak as a very concerned parent, something I have in common with Lily. It was my pleasure to know Lily before she ran for the school board, when she was an active parent, and she was very involved, and her community needed a voice because they were getting boxed out. And Lily rose to the occasion. She not only organized the parents, but organized them into a meeting almost immediately, a very civil meeting, a meeting that was packed. And I had the attention of at that time, the school board the school superintendent, and a couple members of the school board, myself included. And the community was of one mind, and they wanted one result, and that was all focused because of Lily, just as a parent. By the end of that meeting, which was maybe 90 minutes later, the community had what they wanted, which is what they should have had all along. Lily stood up when she had to stand up for her community only on the basis of they need a voice, we need a voice, and the problem was solved. And I have to tell you, from that moment forward, I have never been disappointed in anything that Lily has done to represent the people of Fremont. In the 6 years that I had the good fortune to be a school board member along with Lily, I have to tell you, she never ever made an uninformed vote. She is ubiquitous. She is everywhere. Everywhere, every event in Fremont, Lily is there. Every coffee clack, Lily is there. Every formal event, Lily is there. Every time the community needs someone to talk to, Lily was there. And when she came to the table to make her vote, she never made an uninformed vote. Because not only did she study the staff recommendation, but she balanced it with what the community had to say. And she goes to meetings 3 and 4 and 5 nights a week, meeting with the community to find their side of the story. Because sometimes staff, and this is true whether you're in the school district or at city council level, sometimes staff, I know this is hard to believe, has their own intentions in mind. And they might be doing something without taking into consideration how the people feel, because they don't know how the people feel. Well, I can tell you that Lily always knew how the people feel. And she always voted with what was best for the community. That is gold. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're here today. When Lily was on the school board for 6 years, she proved that she would not make an uninformed vote. She did represent her people, and she wanted what was best for the community. Bar any other outside considerations, those influences had zero impact on her other than she would consider them. She always voted as to what was best for the community. And then she decided 2 years ago to possibly leave the school board and run for city council, a spot that we need representation. We need the school's voice to be at least heard at the city council level. I don't think a lot of people outside this room thought it was going to be as forceful or successful as it was. But I know that everybody in this room, we all knew it was going to be successful because we know Lily. She took the day, going away, no questions asked. And that's because people trust her, because she's credible and she'll do what she says she'll do. Now, she made promises to get on the city council. She promised she'd be even more representative than she was on the school board. And she has been. And when we look at the votes, when we look at how they vote on individual items, we can look at Lily's record. You can run on your record. Very few politicians can do that. They don't want to do that. They want to make empty promises. Lily can run on her record, and she'll win on her record. Lily has always taken the people's impressions as consideration for her vote. There is no gray area with Lily. You're either doing what's best for the citizens or you're not doing what's best for the citizens. You're always spending the money wisely or you're not spending the money wisely. You're always looking out for the underdog and the underrepresented or you're not. Lily always is. Since she's been on city council, we could not be more impressed. She has made some really strong votes that we need in this community. Do any of us like the idea of going down Mission Boulevard or Paseo Padre or Fremont Boulevard 2 different times a day when you can't move in traffic? Yet we see the recommendations made by the staff, and we see the majority vote by the city council to approve more and more developments without any consideration of traffic, without any consideration to the students generated by those developments. The city council just wipes their hands and walks away. The city manager, under the advice of the city attorney, says there's nothing we can do. Yet every city on the peninsula, every city on the East Bay works with their school district when they're considering development, except for Fremont. And you know what? You know what the biggest destination city is? In all of Northern California, it's Fremont. It's because we have a safe city. It's because we have great schools. And we're on the verge of losing that because we're having unfettered development. You can't even look at an open space without thinking, where are they going to put homes? Look at how many homes they put across the street from Holy Spirit Church. What is that? Half an acre? Was there 50 homes on it? It's a little bit of an exaggeration. I think it's... And we know that when we look at the voting record, some people vote for every development. How does that help the community? How does that help the schools? How does that help everybody here? How's that going to help our safety? How's that going to help our property value? It's going to help some people. And those people that's going to help aren't in this room right now. We need leadership. And the first L in Lily has to stand for leadership. Because she's always been a leader. She's been a leader as a parent. She's been a leader on the school board. She's been a leader as a vice mayor of Fremont. And she can be an excellent leader as the mayor of Fremont. We need your support. We need everything that you're doing today. We need you to get the word out. We need you to start on email. We need you to start on Facebook, whatever you're doing, to get the word out that Lily's running and she needs your support. If you can help her financially, we need the help. I am positive that in a race like this, that there's going to be money coming from the other side that's going to represent not necessarily the best interests, but some very particular interests. And we need your help to balance that. We have an opportunity to make a sea change in Fremont right now. We made a sea change 2 years ago when we elected Lily to the city council. That was awesome. We now can take that one step further and have a larger, stronger, more representative voice for the people of Fremont by electing Lily May as our mayor. I could not be more proud or more, proud is a great word, or more privileged and honored to be at this podium talking to you about Lily May. So it is with no reservations at all, and with the full faith of everything that I've ever stood for, to please join me in electing the next mayor of Fremont, Lily May.